Hey everyone, how's it going? Dr. Ironbat Prime 2.0 back again with this new video of mine, aka Noah. And as you clicked on this video, this is my cosplay showcase on how I cosplayed as Cyclops from the X-Men. And let me just backtrack a bit, that this is a project that I've been working on and off with for the past couple months, and I debuted this a week ago at Cowtown Comic Con that I went to last week, and it was fun, it was really good, and I'm glad I got to bring that out. Now, I will admit, this is actually a cosplay that came to my mind after I watched X-Men 97 and lots of X-Men stuff have been happening recently, so the idea just came to me. And for a while, people have requested me to cosplay as Scott Summers, of course. So I will admit, I've finally had a brainstorm idea of how I want to do it, and I was ready to jump onto it and make it happen. And I was really inspired by the X-Men 97 TV show / the 90s cartoon, and of course we had several of the comics, but I also wanted it to be somewhat tactical, almost like Captain America. That was what I was going for. I mean, the classic 90s that you just can't beat, along with a little bit of some tactical stuff sprinkled in. So here's how I made my Cyclops cosplay. Now, this is just how I made it, and I'm gonna start this from bottom to top of how I made it. So here's how I started. So first off, here are the boots. Now, these boots come courtesy of Pro Cosplays. Here's actually what they looked like when I first got them, and I will admit, they are a website that is very new that I discovered not too long ago, but they also have full sets of other X-Men cosplays and stuff, but I just want the boots, and they were just plain yellow. They had some straps that were just flopping around. So just to show what I did on what I modified, I added in a black strip of foam to just go right here, just so there's a bit more detail on the bottom part. And I also did add in a layer of black and yellow foam and black stripes right here that I just used with a Sharpie for both sides, just to in a way give it more detail. And I also went in with some black foam around the straps that start from right here, and then they just loop around, and cutting at the loop right here, that's where I stopped. And then the yellow straps right here, I still wanted to keep it yellow, so I just glued that down. They were just flopping around, so I used some Loctite glue to just glue them down. Same goes for the foam right here. And yeah, that's what I did for the boots. So if you want a pair of these, I will leave a link down below, Pro Cosplays. So yeah, definitely check them out if you're in the market of wanting to get some X-Men cosplay stuff, or want to get some, or just check out their website. So as for the suit itself, this is pretty much a blue morph suit that I got, and I do this for a lot of my cosplays here and there. I start off with a morph suit as a bit of a base. I went in with some Velcro for the straps. So yeah, there's a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. There's 9 total. So yeah, I mean, they're on the shoulders, they're on the chest, on the belt area, and there are a couple on the back because it's for the strap that Cyclops obviously has. And you could really get these at a really good price. I mean, they're $20. They're a perfect blank canvas. I've done this a dozen times with several cosplays of mine in the past. And again, I got the fingers off. So yeah, I wanted this cosplay to also be fingerless. But this is a perfect base to start on. And of course, like I said before, I wanted to go for, classic blue and yellow, like the comic books and the show. So yeah, these are always very handy to have. And again, perfect blank canvas. So I already did a video on this, but this is the belt. And if you want, I will leave a link down below if you want to see how I made this. But this is actually based off a Ben Affleck Batman belt, and I just, well, I took it apart, I put them all on new strap, and with a new belt clip, and yeah, it was just a matter of repainting this thing, like taking it apart, repainting it with some primer, and then I went in with a yellow. And this is actually a piece that I got on Etsy, and yeah, that's what I did for the belt. Again, link is down below if you want to see the full video of how I made this, well, how I took it apart and painted it up myself. So yeah, this is actually one of my favorite parts of the cosplay. Now on to one of the trickiest parts of this cosplay. This is actually the strap that goes around the cosplay, because Cyclops obviously does have the strap that goes around it. So this is very much something I made out of craft foam, but it's the strap itself. Just to show you a quick example, but here's what it looks like. And again, I added in Velcro. Now it's all glued down to a yellow small strap that you would put on a backpack. And it was just a matter of using that as a base and then glued down some 1mm craft foam, some yellow, and then I went in with like a couple bits of black craft foam just to, give it a bit more color. And again, I wanted this thing to look tactical, but this is the best example of what it's like, and it's Velcro down. And this X belt, the X-Men logo is actually came from Etsy as well, just like that other X that's part of the belt. But yeah, I got this on Etsy. I will leave a link down below if you want to get one of these yourself. But yeah, that's this is what it looks like on me. And yeah, but also here's the back. And yeah, it just goes down right to the belt area. And that's how I made this. And this whole part right here, it was just a matter of, using like 5mm craft foam and then covering it with 1mm yellow craft foam, just making a block, just so that way this part could get glued down. And I used Loctite glue to just add that. So that's how I did the strap area right here. Now onto the, elbow pads and the knee pads. I've actually had these for a while. I salvaged the elbow pads from my old Bloodshot cosplay that I did a while back. These were red at first. They were black, and then I made them red, and then I just salvaged them when I retired from being Bloodshot. So I scratched them up by giving them by sandpapering them down, and then I went in with a black primer, like you always have to do, and then I went in with a yellow, just because, just to give it extra color. And I know he doesn't wear elbow pads, but again, I want this to be tactical, and that's what I did for the elbow pads. And same goes for knee pads, but instead I actually salvaged these from from my old Red Hood cosplay a while back. And the only thing I did was add in, a yellow piece of foam to cover up the logo right here. And again, just like the elbow pads, I went in with some primer and yellow spray paint to just, make sure that they are yellow and, again, extra color. So another part of the cosplay is the gloves. And this is the second last part that I want to talk about, but as for the gloves, these are just tactical gloves I got on Amazon. Here's what they look like when I first bought them. They were just plain black, and they had a very tactical feel, tactical vibe. I use these kind for like a couple other cosplays of mine that I've done, but these are just fingerless ones, and I went in with like an acrylic yellow to paint in these areas and the knuckle area. The paint is stripping a bit, like coming off, but I might just fix that later. But also I like how it gives a bit of a battle damage field and vibe. And I, again, went with some yellow acrylics, and again, I just wanted to go for like fingerless, tactical, and that's just the vibe that I want to go for with the gloves. And one of my favorite parts about the cosplay is the visors. And just to show you what they look like on me, and yeah, of course you can't be Cyclops without the visors. I got these on Amazon as well for like 20 bucks. Here's what they look like when I first bought them, but apparently I had to go in with some modifications. I went in with there was a couple of lines like right here and here that like I just cut them out, and then I replaced the visor area with it was like a very dark gray at first, and so I replaced it with a red one. So I got a second pair and just took that in a couple of pieces from that. Well, just this one piece right here, just to give it a red vibe, because obviously Cyclops. And this area right here is actually craft foam that I cut up here and there, and it was just a matter of detailing it and just cutting it up and then glued it down. And that's just a button that, well, I just glued down to give it extra detail. Same goes for adding a tad bit of red foam. Yeah, this whole area is foam, and I even covered it up with another piece of foam, just so that way it stays that way. And I used Loctite glue to make sure it stays there. But yeah, that's the visor, and that's the full cosplay. So yeah, that's the full cosplay, that's the full getup. And now, time for the big reveal, and here is what my cosplay looks like, well, as a full look. I didn't get a whole lot of pictures, but here's what it looks like. And I will also leave a link down below if you want to see my experience at Cowtown Comic Con. Everyone was just in love with my Cyclops cosplay. Can't wait to wear this again. I might make some small tweaks and fix it up, but I'm happy with the end result at the moment, so big reveal.